sports fans, fantasy football advice show, the Sunday morning tailgating special bold sports show. Excited to come to you. Your boys keep looking out for the weather because I happen to be in the Tampa area. We were recently hit by a little bit of outside hurricane remnants, and it messed up my whole neighborhood areas, or at least the communities surrounding me. And all of a sudden, we're looking at the weather again, and we might get a little punch in the face. So, your boy is excited to be able to bring this show to you. Um, Hopefully, we'll continue to have electricity and whatnot. So, how's it going? Oh, look at Jamar. Shout out to Jamar. Always nice to have the first commenter pop in, pop up, say something. Look at that. Within 1 minute, we had Jamar being the MVP to kick off the show. Shout out to old Jamar. I hope you're having a great day. I know I am. I'm excited for this football Sunday. 10 seconds, laugh out loud. I am. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It took nothing. No, on my clock, from the time I hit go to the time you started popping, it was exactly 1 minute. But nice to see it's even quicker. Bro's got them quick fingers. We like that. We like that. It's always nice to be that first one. You know what I'm saying? That first guy. But let's talk a little NFL football Sunday tailgate show. I already did my picks, but we'll run through them again. The bad thing about football is bye weeks. My Lions have a bye week. Yeah, and the bad thing about bye weeks is sometimes you get them a little early. Like this is a little early to be, especially Lions. I feel like the Lions deserved that kind of special middle spot, a few more weeks. Let these guys get a few more weeks under their belt. Nobody really needs a week 5 bye. Let's be honest. Let's be completely honest. But the Lions are, it's nice for them. I like to see them be refreshed, get a little regrouping in because, man, talk about a killer team. You got a team that's ready to bang, ready to go. The Lions are excited. They get excited to play anybody. I did my picks. The Jets and Vikings play in 2 minutes. Right? I do have the Vikings in that game. Who you got in that one? Who are you picking in that one? Let's get that conversation going. Since they're about to kick off, I wonder where they're playing at this morning. It's got to be somewhere funky. Let me pull it up. I forgot to get it. Jets? You going Jets? Jets, huh? Fishing and anything else too is going Jets. Wow. Talk me into it. How do the Jets knock off the undefeated Minnesota Vikings? Now, I understand Jamar. Yeah. Look, Jamar hit it perfect timing because I'm a Lions fan. Look, I get it. That's the only excuse you need. All right? Don't let me talk you into anything else. That's the only excuse you need. Efficient said, joke, Vikings are better. Yeah, it's the Vikings have a surprisingly competitive team. Surprisingly. Nobody picked them to go 4-0. Let's be honest. Look, we love to brag about all these picks that we get right? I love to do it. It's one of my favorite things to be like, oh, look at this. Look at that game. Look at this. But your boy did not get that game right. He did not expect a 4-0 start. I didn't. I just, no way. And honestly, I thought it was going to be an off year. Justin Jefferson is top 5, top 3. Yeah, he's top 3, bro. Yeah, he's top 3. He's proven it, bro. And sometimes you got curiosities. You look, he's made Sam Darnold look like a legitimate quarterback. Tell me Sam Darnold does not get paid this next year. Tell me somebody doesn't bust out some Sam Darnold money. Because of, I mean, you put together this team with Justin Jefferson, who's just look. This if I could take one player from the Minnesota Vikings, it is without a question of a doubt Justin Jefferson. As a Chiefs fan, if and we could use him. Let's be honest, like that'd be a nice little touch there. But yeah, I have trouble seeing the Jets possibly winning this game, man. Like it's just they couldn't beat Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos. I've lost a lot of faith in anything to do with the New York Jets. Unfortunately, I think because Tua went down, right, would be being injured, and the Jets' lack of performance, I think the Bills are going to win the AFC East. They're going to win the AFC East. They really will. These Bills suddenly have a cupcake path to getting it done. It's crazy to think about. It's wild. Only 24% of the betting public is picking the Jets. So anytime that happens, we start noticing a little bit. And this line also gives you some funkiness. So if we're going to look, I'm not saying the NFL's rigged here, folks, right? Let's put an asterisk around what I'm about to say. I'm not saying the NFL is rigged. But if it was, right? If it was, we got to look at this line and the percentage of bets and what it's telling us. And this is the biggest thing is rigged. Look, Jamar, NFL is rigged, right? That's why we want to. If the Jets win this game, it like almost screams it to us. And this line, to me, really suggests they're only giving the Vikings 2.5 points. 2.5 points. Now, I'm not an odds maker, but with 24% of the public betting them, you think you'd want to encourage more people to bet the Jets by bumping that up to a nice. To me, I feel like this should be like a 5.5 point spread, maybe even like a 3.5. Like it's crazy. Vikings and Jets play right now. How many subscribers do you need to live stream? I want to say it's either 50 or 100. I can't remember the exact number. It's been a long time ago. 50. Jamar says 50. Yeah, we've been doing this for a long time. This is year 3 for us, third NFL season. So just over 2 years we've been doing this, I guess. And then next year will be 3. And but our third NFL season, and we've been live the whole time. You're at 32. Hey, well, I'll make sure I check you out. Like I like fishing. You do saltwater, freshwater. I'm originally a freshwater guy, but now I'm saltwater. I moved up in life. What's your favorite team? I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan. As everybody loves to hear, everybody's favorite team to hate. Like it's fun to do. Both. Oh, okay. Okay, nice. Like a little both freshwater, a little saltwater. Yeah, I guess technically I do both because I have a freshwater lake 4 houses down, and I do fish it every once in a while. But it's got We got alligators in there, and you just gotta stay on your toes when you're fishing that. I post shorts, but when I get bigger, I'm gonna try to post real videos or whatever I can. Yeah, mine. We have shorts, but we really don't do them anymore. We really focus on long form video and stuff like that. So, and I would still just start doing the long form ones. People subscribe off of those, and you want YouTube to know that you're a long form fishing channel and not a shorts fishing channel. Yeah, yeah. My channel isn't that good though because I only post shorts right now. Yeah, you gotta look. I get subscribers from long form videos too. You can get them both ways. They come, they come with both. But we do, and going live, you'll get a bunch too. We do get a bunch going live. That's always cool. But we are, we really try. We mostly just try to do live and like long form content, and really mostly that's where the money is on YouTube. You're not going to make any money off shorts. So if your goal is to ever make money on YouTube, you definitely want to do long form or long form instead of shorts because you need millions and millions of views. And I've probably done 200 shorts, and only one of them's ever made, one or two made over 1 million. Do I have any video ideas for you? Give me just one moment, and I'll think of. I can probably think of a few. Give me a little bit to cook on it, and I'll think of a few. I want to hit on Jamar's topic: Panthers or Bears. This is a surprising game. This one's rough for me because I've got a little bit of anti-bear energy in me. Okay, I'm not a believer in Caleb Williams. I don't think none of that's going to work out down there. I think it's rough. I think it's ugly football. They did manage to beat the Rams last week, but the Rams were missing Cooper Kupp, Puka Nuka. Like we could just start listing guys the Rams were missing. I think I'm going Panthers because the Panthers are quietly sneaky. They're a sneaky good team with Andy Dalton. And Andy Dalton, I like Andy Dalton more than I like Caleb Williams. And it's crazy to think. Sermon or Akers? Pierce is out, but Dare splits with Akers. Coach said there will be a running back by committee. Shake my head. Yeah, it's sad because it should be a clear-cut situation there in Indy's, in my opinion. Let me take a closer look. I'm going to pull it up. And thank you for doing this is the first fantasy football advice. So I appreciate you popping in. Let me pull up my projections on the week. Let me see what they're saying. And I'll get you a little bit more accurate information. I'm kind of multitasking right now, folks, so you're going to have to work with me a little bit. I still like Sermon, though. I think I'm just going to go with off my cuff. I'm going to say Sermon. Got to go see you. Hey, appreciate you, Jamar. Appreciate you popping in, though. And make sure you tune in next week so we can talk about if the Lions are going to win or not. It's always a favorite conversation of mine. And you can check the tape. I've been an early supporter. I was first on the bandwagon for the Lions to be good. You can check my first Lions tape, and I'm telling you, Dan Campbell is going to be that dude. Joke, I'll stay. Hey, he got us. Oh, fishing's got to go. I see it. All right. I was just about to start talking about your little fishing videos, but you can get it. I appreciate you popping in. Good luck with your success. I'll make sure you check out your channel and see if I can't do anything for you. If I can remember. Sometimes I bumped my head one time, and smoke a lot of trees, so I question my memory on most occasions. But if I can remember fishing and anything else, which sounds somewhat memorable. But yeah, I'm going sermon. Just so you know, oh boy, I forgot your name already. But just in case you were wondering, let's see what other games are popping up. What other games got you interested? There should be more likes. Yeah, really. You know what I'm saying? I understand. Look, I get it. Look, Jamar, you understand it. You understand the game, but not everybody else does. You know, those likes mean just as much as a subscribe to me. You know, so I appreciate you. You know, pointing it out to folks. You know, but not everybody's got the. They don't understand the hustle, the grind. It's okay. We still grinding. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna make us. It ain't gonna break us. But we appreciate. We just notice the ones that do. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, Jamal. We notice the ones that do. That's all we can do about it. Shout out to the MVPs. You know who you are. All two of you, both of you. Let's talk. Oh, this is a game I want to talk about. I like this one. Bills versus Texans. This is another one of those games that are going to show if the Bills really got it. Do they really got it? I'm not a believer. They had a lot of success early on in the season that pointed to them being a decent team. But I like to look at the teams that they played, and it just wasn't there for me. It just was not there for me. I was not impressed. I did not, couldn't be a believer. Like you get lucky and play the Dolphins, and half the game you ain't even got to it. Even though in their defense they were dusting, that was the most impressive win, in my opinion, because with or without Tua, I think they were still going to beat the Miami Dolphins, who I had much higher up than the Buffalo Bills. Much, much more high. And this game should be interesting. This is really a test for both teams because I feel like might have to do a little fraud alert for the Texans if they can't get past these Buffalo Bills. This is a team that if the Texans are going to be a legitimate team in the NFL, should dog walk. Bills are only 1-point dogs on the road. So Vegas is even suggesting the Bills are going to win this game. I wonder what the betting public says. 54-46. So slight edge to the Buffalo Bills with the favorites, according to the betting public. Ooh, the Vikings have already scored 3-0. Gonna have to pull that game up here before long. Just have a little watchy poo party. But yeah, these Browns and Commanders Bills Texans should be a very interesting game. I really kind of want the Texans to dog walk them, but Vegas is saying something else. They're hinting at it. That one on the road, they're suggesting that the Bills are really should be winning by 1.5 points, is what they're kind of suggesting. If you take out home field advantage, that is what they're saying here. I've got questions about that. Big questions about that. I just don't know, man. I don't know. Can the Bills really get it done over the Texans? The Texans have more firepower. I'm not sure why. I don't even think, honestly, I think this The Texans should be able to win by at least 2.5. Really feel comfortable with the Texans covering in this situation. That one's crazy. What's another? Ooh, Dolphins versus Patriots. Some trash team games. A little toilet bowl game there. You got to go Patriots. You got to go Patriots. Dolphins don't have nothing at quarterback. For whatever reason, they just refuse to do anything around them. Like, do just all that talent on offense and nobody to throw them the ball. It's crazy to think about. This Raiders Broncos. Let's talk about that for a minute. They got the Raiders winning this game. The Broncos are 3-point favorites at home. Bo Nix threw for 60 yards last week. 60 yards. Look, the Raiders aren't good. They are not good. They got to be able to beat the Broncos. The over-under on this is 36. I got questions about that. I feel like I'd bet under there. Packers Rams. I like the Packers in that one. That should be a pretty easy one. You see, we already did Panthers Bears. Bears 4-point favorites. Should we call that the dog of the week? Can the Panthers be the underdog of the week? Is anybody betting the Panthers? Let's take a look at that. Only 11%. Yeah, give me the Panthers on that one. Give me the Panthers on that one. That is crazy. Crazy to think about. Raiders, Broncos, let me see. Cardinals, 49ers. They have the 49ers as 7-point favorites. That kind of seems fair. Ooh, 0% of the public. Is Arizona going to upset here? I think this might be the first time I've seen a 0%. 0% on Arizona. Man, that alone makes you want to take a flyer on it. That alone. Look, I'm not saying the NFL is rigged, folks. I'm not saying it's rigged. But if it was, this is a game we need to circle. So what, the 49ers technically have no reason on paper to lose this game, right? There's nothing I can really point to say the Cardinals should be winning this game. But 0%. You ain't even getting Cardinals fans betting this one. I'm sure there's someone out there, right? It's not like it's a true 0, but not enough to register 1%. Not saying it's rigged, but if the Cardinals win today, that feels like a suggestion, a little Vegas pointing finger. And keep an eye on that game. 0%, they said. Can name a lot of things that are happening, but not that, is what they're saying. Yeah, only 19% of the public betting the Rams versus Green Bay. That seems fair. It's in LA, which does affect travel for the Packers. But you're going to see more Packers fans in the stands. It's still not a true home field advantage for the Rams. The only downside is you got to travel to LA, which we also got to talk about how those players are going from Wisconsin to LA, right? So all of a sudden they get a little more surrounded them in life, They get a little more luxury. They get to eat good for the evening. Not cheese curds and PBR tonight. Not cheese curds and Miller. You're eating some with, I guarantee you they eat some with avocado on it. I can promise you that much. Right. Get a little suggestion in it. What's the next game? What's next on the list? What are we looking at? Ooh, Dallas, Pittsburgh. Let's talk about that game for a moment. We need to talk about that one for a second. Oh, Dallas versus Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh 2.5 point favorites at home. 68% of the public is betting Pittsburgh, and I kind of like them boys. Look, I'm not saying the Steelers are a fraud, but come on, Cowboys. The Cowboys kind of need this game. They're currently sitting at 2-2, and they need to get back to winning football. Well, the Steelers are not impossible to beat. In theory, you should be able to dog walk the Steelers, right? On paper. If you look at the paper, it's not a dog walk for the Cowboys. Let's not get that mistaken. I'm not that confident. And also, Vegas has them as 2.5 point favorites, which is saying they think it's a coin flip game. They're saying you're at home, so we're going to give the edge to Pittsburgh. We'll give you your 2.5 point favorites for being in Pittsburgh, which does matter. We are starting to get into October. The weather in Pittsburgh is not the weather in Dallas anymore. Now, it's not freezing in Pittsburgh or nothing like that, so thankfully Dallas will be okay in that aspect. But there will be a noticeable temperature drop. But as long as it's not a temperature raise, I think it's okay in football. I think when it's hotter than what you're used to, it's harder. But when it's cooler, especially now when it's cold, like we ain't talking some blizzard type stuff, I think that's almost easier. Changing the elevation will affect you a little bit. Let's see what else we got here. Giants, Seahawks. 83% of the public is betting the Seahawks, 17% on the Giants. 7 point favorites for the Seattle Seahawks at home, which does feel like an appropriate line. They're saying they got to win by more than 2 scores. You need 2 scores. You need you or a touchdown with a 2 point conversion. Like you got to do something extra. You got to do more than just a regular touchdown to call this a fair game. What's interesting, though, is if we look at the Arizona-San Francisco game, also 7 point favorites there, people will actually bet the Giants, and nobody wants to bet the Cardinals. That's a tough one there. That is a tough one. Hard to see that one. Let me see what else we got. Saints versus Chiefs. Let me talk about that for a second. Saints versus Chiefs. One of the highest point spreads of the week at 5.5 points puts it right there at third place. Yeah, third place. Tied for third place with the Vikings over the Jets. So they'll think that's also a mollywop. Let me see. Let me refresh this, see if there's any changes. Nope, still 3-0 for the Vikings in the first quarter. 4 minutes to go. That should be an interesting one. The Jets defense will at least keep them in games, unless it's the Denver Broncos. Oh, how shicey is that? I guess we did skip over the Commanders versus Browns. We'll touch on that for a second. Just at 90% of the public betting Commanders. The Browns have the worst offense in the league. So I like the Commanders. Jaden Daniels looking like the rookie of the year that I thought he would be. Like, I heard someone try to argue they would take Jaden Daniels over Patrick Mahomes right now. And I thought that was the most comical thing I've ever heard. Hey, shout out to whoever was that number 3 like. Look at you. Look at y'all hitting them like buttons. Show me you're not robots. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, sir or ma'am. Never know. The statistics do say it's more likely I do, though. Just so we're sure, just in case I'm wrong. But statistically is all I'm going off of. We get a lot of, this is a very sausagey party, but we understand why. It is football, It is a little heavy on the man's side of fans. But we do catch the occasional out there, so shout out to them. I know the fan with the most watch time is a female, so how about that? Is all I'm saying. MVP title. Oh, what are we? Browns versus Commanders. Yeah, there's not a lot there. I think the Browns are going to try to trade Amari Cooper. Should be interesting what he can do, what he's still got left in the tank. I'm not a huge believer. He's had an okay start to this season. There's a lot of talks about the Chiefs looking, the Jets looking, the Cowboys looking. Like, there's a few teams supposedly looking for a wide receiver. They converted a lot of Cooper's salary into a bonus. So they made it a lot easier to make a trade potential. I do like the possibility of it. I know a lot of Chiefs fans they're not Amari Cooper believers, but I think with Patrick Mahomes, anything is better than what we currently really got. I mean, right now we're talking about what are we talking about? The Chiefs have their number one wide receiver is a 165-pound rookie, right? 165-pound rookie. Okay. He's doing something. He put in a little work. You see something. We've got a 35-year-old Travis Kelce. Look, I'm not saying Travis ain't the man, but we are talking about a 35-year-old tight end that we're going to have to try to rely on in the postseason. Like, let's be honest, if we need him to show up, the only time we really need him to show up is the postseason. He did have a much better game last week, showed he still could be that guy, especially since the Chiefs really kind of needed him to be. Let's be completely honest. They really needed that kind of participation to show up. Interesting to see that it did. Relying kind of heavy on the defense, in my opinion. But thankfully, that Kansas City defense has been coming through. Now it'll be interesting against the New Orleans Saints because the New Orleans Saints have a pretty good offensive line. They have one of the better offensive lines in the league. It's a top 10 line. This is going to be a good test for old Christopher Jones. This is going to be a good test for King Carl. See if they can get home. What kind of blitzes? That's the interesting though, because they're going to draw up some blitzes. They do it all the time. They'll pull out McDuffie. They'll pull out Connor. They'll pull out Watson. They'll pull out Reed. They'll bring one of these linebackers in. Let it be, Drew Tranquil. Maybe even Bolton. It makes you wonder. Can Alvin Kamara get enough touches on the ground? Will they give him enough touches on the ground? I'm not a firm believer. Hey, shout out to number 4. Look at that number 4 light. Look at that. Look at that number 4 light. Look, proving y'all ain't robots. That's what I'm talking about. I get excited. Sometimes I don't see them, but when they pop up, I get excited because it lets me know y'all really out here. The number of viewers versus the number of likes never quite gets close to what I think it should be, in my opinion, my little humble opinion. Just show me you're real and not AI. Make sure you're not a Russian bot. I got questions. Do the 3-letter agencies, do y'all hit the like button or do you just watch? What's going on? Let me know. If you're a weirdo, say something weird. What game are y'all looking forward to? That's what I'm curious about. Let me see. Let me see if I can't pull up the old Get Football game. See what we can see. Was kind of disappointed that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did not get the win this week. Started me off a little rough, but keep it separate. Keep it separate. That one's in the past. We'll keep it looking forward into the future. See what we got here. Yeah. Look, we finally got more likes than viewers. Look at that. Now all of a sudden it looks good. All of a sudden it looks decent. Let me see. What football games are y'all looking forward to the most? I know I'm looking forward to that Texans-Bills game. That should be pretty good. Real excited for that. Your boy gets excited for them Kansas City Chiefs. I think I'm gonna do a little pork, little pork shoulder or something, maybe pork loin or something. Yeah, do a little smoking. Get a little something on the grill. See what we can do. What do y'all like to eat for game day? What is your game day go to? What do y'all? I know you should. I used to have a superstition for Rotel. That used to be the game day food that I would go to. Like if the Chiefs are playing, we got to have a Rotel and bust that out. Kind of almost thinking some chicken wings though. Maybe I might have to ask the old lady, see what the wife says, see what she wants to vote. I'm sure she'll have a great opinion. There will be something to enjoy. Look, it's already raining here. We got a little hurricane news this morning, so we're not the most excited about it. I'm really nervous, so I've helped this one lady clean up. You know what I'm saying? And she's still right there on the water, and I'm really afraid that everything I did is gonna be washed away, and it's rough to think about. It's real rough to think about. And the crazy thing is like we already got a lot of storm debris, so I'm really kind of curious what's gonna happen here. It'll be real interesting. Hopefully, it's not gonna be too crazy. I'm sorry to keep bringing the weather back up, but it's one of those things that sometimes it's on your mind, and whatever's on our mind on these shows is what we talk about. So I know a lot of people looking out for uh, hurricane people right now, and that's all we're really looking forward to is just keep us in your thoughts. Because I know people in Tennessee got real messed up, and North Carolina, and really like looking at my neighborhoods, we were. The crazy part to me is like it wasn't even like some kind of direct hit by a hurricane or nothing. Like the hurricane was like so far away, and we still got like absolutely wrecked. And here we are looking at like a little punch in the face. A little punch in the face. And always fun and exciting to think about all the storm debris that's already out there and how much more of it is about to be just flying. Just flying. Like it's crazy to think that like drywall from Tampa might just make it to the Atlantic side or something. Like it's oof. Gonna be a lot of it's gonna be a dirty storm, I think. Thankfully, there ain't much left to do here at my house. I think I'm gonna have to go fill some sandbags. I think that's gonna be tomorrow's task. Is go ahead and give me a few bags. I'm gonna have to try to get a few bags. I think a little sandbag would work. Uh, way too much fun. Way too much fun to think about. My son's, I think, going to go to school Monday. I've got questions. So I was supposed to work Monday, but I think I might wait till after the storm. I think that's going to be a better idea. But I'm guessing your boy's going to be busy for a while. Your boy's going to be pretty swamped. And it's like good and bad. Like I'd rather be busy working for other reasons than like disaster struck. You know what I mean? Because it's really hard to deal with. I'm a small business owner. I do like handyman work or whatever we'll call it. We're in Florida. I can't call it the C word like I did in Missouri. And so you get a lot of people that are like it's tough to talk to them, when they're like, man, I lost everything. Like it's tough to think about. But it happens. It happens. Minnesota Vikings have scored again. So it is now currently 10-0 in the first quarter. And I know the Vikings have just gotta wanna destroy Aaron Rodgers, even with the Jets. Like they know who he is. The like little motivation. Almost reminds you when Brett Favre left and we end up going to the Jets. But he made a little pit stop with the Vikings, and I think that helped the Vikings fans like him a little bit. But nobody likes him now. It's crazy how that worked for Brett Favre. So it's wild that some people can just tarnish their legacy like that. And Brett Favre is just one of those dudes. Let's see, it's 1st and 10 on the 30. Well, handoff action. Yeah, because if you're gonna do anything, you gotta try to run. Like this Vikings defense has been pretty legit this season. If we're gonna be completely honest, it's been pretty legit. And I'm just not so sure about the old New York Jets. Just not a firm believer. Not after losing to the Broncos. Little shotgun formation here. See what they can do. 2nd down and 8. They're looking. Dumps it off to the running back. Incomplete. Incomplete. Can't even hit the guy in the flat. What a typical Aaron Rodgers move. And don't forget, folks, we are doing fantasy football advice. So if you got any fantasy football questions, we would like to answer. We would like to hear what your team is, what you go. Even if you ain't got no questions, let us know what are you winning this week? Are you losing? How are you looking? Are you gonna? Is your team making the playoffs? How are you feeling? 3rd and 8 here. The shotgun pass drops. Intercepted. Aaron Rodgers was just picked off. Oof. 124 to go in the first quarter. And Aaron Rodgers is not having a good time at all, to say the least. Oh. Tough work there. Let's see what it looks like. Yep, that was a pretty easy overthrow. And the deep safety was like, nope, my turn. It's a 2nd turnover for the Jets. The Minnesota Vikings have already had 1 turnover. It's been a while since Aaron Rodgers has had multiple turnovers, but it's been a while since Aaron Rodgers was healthy and playing. So, how about that? 1st down, run for 8 for the Minnesota Vikings, which sounds about right. I was going to bring up a 2nd and short. Still in the running single back formation, another handoff. He's going to pick up the 1st down there. Just a little 2-yard, little light work. A little light 1st down. Seems like they're running a fast pace there. In the Minnesota, they're not slowing down. They're not slowing down. Keep running. Oh, it was just short of the 1st down. Quarterback sneak. Easy pickup. Probably picked up 3 yards on that quarterback sneak. Sam Darnold's been that man this year. Aaron Rodgers just shaking his head no. Like, bro, you're the one that gave him the ball in this short yardage situation. They're already at the 47, 46 of the New York Jets, by the way. That's going to be a false start on the Vikings. Get a little penalty action there. See what it is. 6th season as an NFL official. Oh, neutral zone infraction. What? Yeah, I'm with the Vikings on that one. I thought that was a false start. Well, it must be on the Vikings. What happened there? I'm not sure. It's gonna be the end of the first quarter, though. Oof, crazy game. Jets working on getting dusted. Aaron Rodgers just turning it over. This London game. I'd hate to be playing football this early. Oof. Talking about messing with your schedule, bro. Oof. If I was a player, though, if I was a player, you get that bye week afterwards. I probably would hang out in Europe somewhere. If you were a football player and you played in London, would you go home? Like you have a week, you got a week off. You probably get a few days for a little vacation, basically, a little break. Are you going somewhere? You're flying home. What are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, technically, I think the right answer is fly home, stay in touch with the trainers, you know, get a few, work on game plan, not exactly take off, but, you know, relax at home. I think it's probably the right move. But, if I'm going to take 3 days, you know, take a couple of days off and then come back into the building, might stay in London a couple extra days, might go over to the Netherlands, maybe check out Switzerland. A little Swiss. Mm. Your boy's never been to Switzerland. You know what I mean? Like I've been to a little Deutschland though. Been around. Been to the London airport. They got to put an asterisk there. And all sorts of stuff like that. Been to a few places. Had a few good times. Let's see what this second quarter for this Vikings versus Jets is gonna be. What's it gonna look like? Ooh, ooh. Is there any? What games y'all looking forward to this afternoon though? When we're not up at the crack of dawn. When we're not streaming stupid early. When we're not going crazy. Because this is we're typically a nighttime show, so this morning crowd's always a little different. You know, interesting to see. Doesn't look like we're gonna hit the same numbers we did last week, but it's okay. It happens. We do it for the enjoyment of the game and not the results of the performance. You know what I mean? So we enjoy coming to y'all, talking to y'all, talking about how these Minnesota Vikings are just going to mollywop these Jets. Let me see here. Shotgun formation, 2nd and 6 for the Minnesota Vikings. Ooh, Sam Darnold will be sacked there. It's a nice big sack. Easy work, too. Came in completely untouched. Just nice to see the Jets getting in that work. 3rd and 12. 3rd and 12. Let's see here. See if these Vikings can pull it off. Shotgun formation, running back to the side. Ooh, deep throw. Overthrow. Completely missed. Looks like he was looking for Jets. There is going to be a flag on the play. Yep, looks like going to be pass interference on the defense. Spot of the foul. Automatic first down. Oof. It's a big penalty. Illegal contact. Oh, I think that'd be 5 yards. Yeah, he did kind of push just. It's not a catchable ball, though. I guess it doesn't have to be that for illegal contact, but. Big mistake for the old Jets. That ain't going to do it. That ain't going to do it at all. Yep, 5-yard penalty. And play action. Run for about 3 yards on 1st and 10. Getting into pretty deep Jets territory here. They're currently about the 39-yard line. Player in motion, single back formation. There's going to be an audible on the play. Run to the left. Ooh, a bit nice little gain there on 2nd and 6. It's going to bring up like a 3rd and 2 kind of situation. Chandler with a nice run. Getting it done. It's going to bring up 3rd and 2. What are we going to do? Shotgun formation. Looking right. Throws. Those kind of deep. It's going to be incomplete. They were trying to get Justin Jefferson. It's going to bring up 4th and 2. They'll probably just kick a field goal here. Oh, that was great coverage. That was great coverage by Adams, number 22 for the Jets. Perfect defense there. You cannot ask for better work from your corners than that. The Vikings are going to go for it on 4th and 2. Shotgun formation, 5 wide. Let's see what we get here. It's going to be a play. Pass. Throws kind of deep. Ooh, almost intercepted. But it's going to be incomplete. Turnover on downs. The Jets really needed that. Honestly, you got a question about was that just too deep for your kicker? Was that what it was? I probably would have ran the ball too, 4th and 2. I might have kept a running back in and make him keep honest there instead of 5 wide too. And probably you got to look. I know you want those home run routes, those big plays, but on 4th down, you really need to just convert. You need to look more for a couple of under drag routes or something. I didn't really like that play design for Minnesota, and that one will be interesting to look back on. Not that they're gonna. I mean, this is not a make or break for the Minnesota Vikings. I don't believe. Believe they should still be able to win this game pretty handily, but it happens. It happens. It was kind of interesting to see a couple people picking the Jets. One person was a Lions fan. Shout out to our boy Jamar. But I can understand his. His made sense. It'd be like it's hard for me to pick AFC West teams to win. Very, very hard. Very hard on those dumpster fire teams in the AFC West. So it happens. Can't blame nobody. Oh, let me see. I know I'm excited for that Bills Texans games, y'all. It's gonna be a dogfight. We're gonna see a little dogfight action. That one's gonna tell us a lot about a lot of teams. So it'll be interesting to see. This weather, bro. I don't know if any of y'all are down here in the South, in this Florida area, but your boy cannot stop shaking the thoughts. Hate to bring up the weather on a sports show. I know. What are we doing here, folks? But it's my show, so we do what we do. And we just need some of this toga boga, whatever they call it, Indian burial grounds, to put in some work right now. We need them to put in some work. Is all I can say. But it is rough because we have friends south of us, so you like hoping it goes away is hoping it hits someone you know. You know what I mean? So it makes you feel bad for even suggesting that. But we'll see what happens. Here we go. The Jets got the ball. 2nd and 8. See what they're trying to do here. We're 11:40 in the second quarter. Nice dump off pass to the running back underneath. It's going to be good for probably a gain of about 4 or 5. It's going to bring up 3rd and 2, maybe 3rd and 3. It was going to be 3rd and 3, I believe. Trying to slowly move down the field. Nathaniel Hackett trying to put together anything he can do. I'm not a Nathaniel Hackett fan personally. But this is the guy that Aaron Rodgers kind of wanted. Kind of the reason why he got the job in Denver, but Aaron Rodgers decided not to go there. It would have been interesting to see what happened there. But, ayahuasca made him choose New York. He said, if you can do it in a real big city. What am I doing in this mile-high area? Ooh, deep pass. Incompletion on 3rd and 3 to Conklin for Rodgers. It was a nice pickup. It's probably 20 yards or so. Let's see what they call it. Right there. The replay is being real funky. Couldn't tell. Could not tell. But it is there. 1st and 10. And Rodgers scrambling, looking, throws. Can't complete it. They ain't got the arm to throw off balance like that no more. If we're just going to be completely honest. Let's see what we can do. Short on time. Here we go. Just gets the playoff. Shotgun formation. And I'll get real quiet there. That's always great for play-by-play. It's going to bring up 3rd down, another incompletion. 3rd and long for these New York Jets. So, that was a completion. It's going to be 3rd and 2. It looked incomplete to me. It shows you how close I was paying attention, I guess. Yeah, snug that one in. It looks like they're going to try to run the ball here. 12 man. Ooh, he gets met at the line of scrimmage. And is not going to make it. Maybe picks up 1 on 3rd and 1 on 3rd and 2. So bring up 4th down. See what the Jets decide to do here. This could be interesting. See what they pull off. And here we go. 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. 4th down. Looks like they're going to go for it here. I mean, you can't blame them. I'd try to run the ball, see what they pull off. 4th and 2, it says. You almost got to pass them 4th and 2. What happened? They tried running the ball. Met behind the line. Yep. That ain't going to do it. Should have passed. Hindsight, this armchair quarterback's nice position to be in, right? Should have passed. 4th and 2 made me want to, you got to start thinking about it. 4th and 1, I can understand the run. 4th and 2, so, maybe if you would have done slightly better on that 3rd down run, I might have leaned to run, but 4th and 2, you got to start looking for a pass. A pass situation, I think. 4th and 2, tough one to be in for the Jets. It's currently 10-0 for the Minnesota Vikings. Last possession, Aaron Rodgers turned it over. Got bailed out that didn't lead to points. And then next thing you know, bam. Well, folks, thanks for tuning in. This has been your tailgating party. And your boy is going to go get ready for this weather. Appreciate you popping in.